Me, myself, and I. Tammy Hyden. A person is usually asked the question, describe yourself in one word. I was able to narrow it down to two: dedication and ambition. Another question that people are frequently asked is, what do you want to do when you grow up? For me, it's somehow helping people. Dedication is related to my family. I have been married for 28 years and counting. We have two grown children, Andrew, who is 25, Christina, who is 23. They have both moved out of the house, but I make it my mission to stay in contact with them and communicate at least once a week, either by a phone call or by texting. They do not live nearby, but we try and see them as much as possible. We've always been very involved with our kids. The milestones of growing up, school, sports, being involved with the PTA. We worked as a family at the concession stands for numerous functions. Plus, we're involved in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. There was never a dull moment, and a calendar was always needed. So we knew if we were coming or going, where to be next. It was kind of crazy, but I loved it. Which leads to why I am ambitious. The reason why I say this is because it's always been my passion to be in the medical field. The first time I attempted college was back in 1989, a few years ago, and I was taking prerequisite classes for nursing. I only attended a year because we then started a family. However, it wasn't long before I was a volunteer advanced EMT for a local ambulance. This was a great opportunity for 7 years. When they dissolved into the fire department, I decided that being a firefighter just wasn't for me. Don't get me wrong, they're great people too. I then worked at the city police department as a 911 dispatcher for the next 10 years. I was still helping people, but in a very different capacity. Sometimes it was difficult because of the rules we had to follow. Medical directions had to be read word for word to the caller. Due to my previous experience in the field, there were plenty of times I wanted to say more or ask certain questions. I have been told by others that they thought this job was just way too stressful. I would have to disagree. I would probably still be working there, but this is where our next adventure begins. My husband joined the Army in 2006, and so did I 3 years later in 2009. I was a combat medic, again in the medical field, and loved it. I was able to serve 5 years with one deployment before I was injured to a point where I had to get out. Our son and son-in-law even joined the Army. There was 4 of us for a while. I am now back in school for nursing once again, bound and determined to finish this time. From what you have heard, hopefully you can agree that dedication is one way to describe me, especially when it comes to family. Then on the other hand, there's ambition. The medical field will always be my passion. My journey is not complete for either of these two things. We are looking forward to grandchildren one day, and once I get my RN, I want to take that further and specialize in the cardiac field. This was just a sample of me and who I am, but I hope that everybody is following their dreams and fulfilling their achievements and goals in life. Thank you for listening.